EFB Insider with Paul J. Higgins is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Reach your peak at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Rancho Santa Margarita. Eagles, listen up. Flock to Mountain Mike's Pizza every Wednesday as 20% of the sales are donated to Santa Margarita High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud supporter of Eagles football and EFB Insider.
The preseason for the Eagles is in the books. Santa Margarita goes 4-1 and stages a second-half comeback against Los Alamitos. Today, Coach Ruse discusses the win and the opening of league against crosstown rival Jay Serra. Also on this episode is quarterback Jackson Potter, who's coming into his own. On defense, Jacob Bauer had a tremendous second half against La Salle and approaches the game with quiet confidence. There is a lot to talk about. This is EFB Insider. I'm Paul Higgins, and all the action starts right now. Coach, we're smiles because it's a good thing. You're coming off a huge win, down 14-0 at halftime. I was wondering what was going on. Extended halftime because of homecoming. What was said at halftime? What triggered that third quarter?
Well, first of all, super happy that there was a long homecoming halftime. Never thought you'd really like it as much as you do until the first half like we played. We just told them to focus on being themselves. Yeah. Couldn't have went worse on offense in the first half. So we just had to reset, talk to the guys about we're looking for the leaders. Who are the guys that are going to draw into their brothers? Who's going to play for each other? Right. And all we need to do, because we got the ball out of the half, is to go down, score, get the ball back, score, and then we're in the game. Right. So we knew we were going to play a really good opponent with a lot of talent on the edges and obviously a super talented quarterback. Yeah. So we knew that we just needed to stay in the game. And so it was just about that. Just keep playing the next play.
I noticed that you guys came out with a certain vigor, certain confidence. It was really fun to see. And I also commented on the broadcast that it was probably the best third quarter in probably 2 or 3 years. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's been a big thing for us. We haven't played well in the second half, particularly in the third quarter. That's been a struggle for us. So again, we've been doing a lot of things in our practice schedule to help us to come out of halftime, to help us to reset, to go hard and play fast.
Right.
So that was really important for us, and we were really excited about how that went about and just getting in the rhythm. What was awesome was seeing how Jackson, had a tough first half, and then he was able to reset, come out, throw that huge fourth down touchdown. Again, that was a turning point in the game for us because we went on the field to kick a field goal. Yeah. They went offside, so then it was 4th and goal from the 6. So then we were able to go back on the field on offense and make it more manageable. Embo dialed it up. Great play, great protection across the board, great block by Foy in the O-line. And Potter drilled him, and then it just started going. Right. And we had some really good adjustments by the coaches on defense. Coach Dye, we moved some things around. Errant snap. Bauer goes down and scores, and so it was awesome.
Yeah, and he had a great game. We're going to talk to him a little bit later on this episode of EFB Insider. Your thoughts? I know that you show your emotions on your sleeve, and you get jacked up when you need to be jacked up. You were extremely pleased at the end of that game, the adrenaline flowing, and I know that your players feed off of that. Well, you and I have talked about that during the game because you manage the game. You don't call the plays, but you manage the game. How does it feel when your kids react to your excitement?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, that's what we do this for. We do this for them. Yeah. We do this to connect with them. We do this to give them a higher energy. I mean, that's my role, really. If I'm not going to call any plays, right, it's to create and implement a culture, right? And for us, that's the dog culture, and that's high energy. I listened to a podcast. It's called The Flying Coach. And so this last season was with Sean McVay, and he brought a bunch of guys on. But the first season was with Pete Carroll, and it was with Steve Kerr. And they talk about in the first episode about philosophy, and the biggest thing they talked about was being authentic. Right. And so for me, I think the biggest thing is we're trying to create an environment to help these kids be themselves, right? Sure. And to challenge them and to help them grow. And so in order to do that, you got to be yourself.
Right.
And so I'm really grateful to get to work with these kids and these coaches that I have a lot of faith in that they get to just be the experts in their field, offense, defense, special teams, and I get to kind of, pick my spots of when to go for it and whatnot, but just to connect with them and to see them overcome something, because that's something that we've struggled with in the past. When we get punched in the mouth, we don't respond. Right. So for them to get to embrace that adversity and come out and be themselves and to be vulnerable and to put it all out there on the field was amazing.
You could easily be 5-0. You're 4-1. You're going into Trinity League this Friday night against J. Sarah. A big game. Your thoughts about this game?
Well, it's a huge game. The school down the street, they're the rival. It's a game that means a lot to this program. It means a lot to a lot of people in the administration. We have a number of players that are from J. Sarah that transferred over here. They're very well coached. They play extremely hard. So anytime you play in a game like this, whoever's records and stats and all that go out the window. You got to go back to your fundamentals and play with passion and play with great pride and execute.
They'll have a great environment,
a
home field advantage, so to speak, right? You and I were just talking about, and I asked your coach, I said, what do they do well? And you paused there for a second and you said effort.
Yeah.
They give good effort.
Yeah, they play extremely hard. They got a lot of young guys. They do a really good job on their offensive line and what they do. They do some pin and pull scheme. They run the quarterback. He does a good job. And they got some guys that can make some explosives defensively. They play hard. They do their stuff. They do it well, and they go out there and execute. So we're excited to play them, and it's going to be a really good challenge this week.
Yeah, it's interesting because you start off Trinity League on the road, and then you're on the road a couple more games after that. What are you telling your kids as you get into this game? Is there certain things that you're saying to them directed at this game at all, or are you just taking it game by game and your philosophy of the dog culture?
Sure. So this week, like we talked about the book Legacy, we brought it back to the first chapter of the book, so it's character. So with the bye week this past week, we focused a lot on academics. We focused on doing the little things around the school, in the locker room, all the things that are going to turn into what turns into the big things. Yeah. And so we're not really focused on the long term of who we got next and so on and so forth. Right. We're focused on J. Sarah. We're focused on being the best versions of ourselves. And they've had a great day, great week of practice. Right. The past 2 days have been the most physical they've been since I've been here, back-to-back days. They want it. It's a testament to the leadership. They've done an amazing job, and all the coaches.
Eagles, Lions, be a good one.
Yeah.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, former Lion and now starting quarterback for the Eagles, Jackson Potter. We talk about the big game and Jackson coming into his own. This is EFB Insider. I'm Paul Higgins, and we'll be right back.
EFB Insider with Paul J. Higgins is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Reach your peak at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Rancho Santa Margarita. Eagles, listen up. Flock to Mountain Mike's Pizza every Wednesday, as 20% of the sales are donated to Santa Margarita High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud supporter of Eagles football and EFB Insider.
Jackson, I have to say that I'm super impressed with your development this year. Each and every time Coach and I would do this show, he would bring up Jackson and how well you're starting to get in the groove. When did it start to really click for you in this offense and the play calling of Sean Embry?
Yeah, so they've been doing a great job just developing me into the quarterback that they need me to be, and just kind of getting me prepared, teaching me ways to know what the defense is doing, know exactly when they're coming, when they're not, what coverage they're going to be in, when they're going to roll. So they've been doing a great job. I've been breaking down games of our opponent that week, and that's just how I've been getting prepared.
Is this a hard offense for you to run, or have you kind of went into it pretty smooth for you?
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. They did a great job of kind of showing me the way, showing me how to run it. It's pretty simple once you get in the groove of things. So they did a great job of kind of teaching me the way.
Let's step back and talk about that LaSalle game. Mm-hmm. That was a big game. They come in undefeated. They got a lot of 4-star, 5-star athletes. Mm-hmm. 3 athletes are going to Oklahoma and they're juniors. And I know there was talk about that, right? Great quarterback, sure, yeah. two great guys on the edges. I know you don't play defense, but you guys came out in the second half and really flipped the switch. For you, what was that? How did you kind of just start the ball rolling?
And we knew we were getting the ball at the half. So I told Killian, I'm like, dude, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to go out and win this game. And so we told our defense, we're going to score the first drive.
Yeah.
And then they get that, we score, we get that turnover from Jacob Bauer.
Yep.
That touchdown, his touchdown was kind of the tempo setter of the second half. And we kind of just got the ball rolling from there and, came out the win.
How fun was that second half?
Best second half of football I've ever played.
Yeah,
I'll
right?
tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably, Coach just said, we were talking about, it was probably the best third quarter the Eagles have played in a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Did he tell you guys that?
No, he actually didn't, but it was a great game plan. We got a little time to reset after the long halftime from homecoming, and the coaches came out. We trusted what they were doing, we trusted in ourselves and what we were doing as an offense, and we were able to get the ball rolling.
You seem like a really confident quarterback, and I noticed that when things don't go your way, you come over the sidelines. Obviously, coaches goes over different plays with you, what you did right or what you did wrong. How do you describe yourself? Even keel guy, or you don't get too high, too low? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I try to keep myself pretty level-headed. Coach Porter, if I do something wrong, throw a pick, I go on the sidelines, I look for Coach Porter, because I know he's going to be that calm voice in the back of my head, and he's going to be telling me what I did wrong, what I need to do to improve, what I need to do to get the offense rolling, and just trying to stay level-headed, because if you get too high, you get too confident, you think things start falling apart. You get too low, things also start falling apart. So staying level-headed is one of the most important traits of a quarterback.
Who do you look up to as a quarterback, whether professionally or on the college level?
I actually look up to my cousin. He played college football at San Jose State, and he was kind of one of the people that influenced me to play quarterback.
Okay.
And so I used to go to his games at San Pedro High, and he was a stud.
I love to hear that, the fact that you don't look on the professional level or the college level, you look for someone in your family.
Yeah, he's been one of my mentors. We work during the off season, we watch film together. He helps me break down any defenses, watches film with me from previous games, tells me every little thing I need to work on. He's very nitpicky with that, and he's taken my game to a level that I never thought I'd get to.
Let's talk about that, because Friday night, big game. Mm-hmm. It's no secret you transferred over from Jay Sarah, so I'm sure it's a big game for you as well. You're going back to what was a home stadium for you.
Yep.
Tell me about that environment, what you think you're going to feel like.
Yeah, they have a great student section. They always get a great crowd out, so I know it's going to be loud. It's going to be rocking. Yeah. I have the utmost respect for that program and what they've done with it this year, and I'm just excited to go out there and play against my brothers.
Yeah, Coach and I were just talking about it, and I mentioned it to you that Coach says what they do best is their effort. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, Coach McKnight, he's a real fiery guy.
Yeah.
If you're down, he'll get you up. And, that's probably what he's doing over there.
Yeah.
And he's just probably been doing a great job of trying to get their energy up.
Are you enjoying being an Eagle?
Oh, couldn't ask for a better place to be.
Yeah, you're a junior, another senior season left. Mm-hmm. Big game to start the Trinity League. Good luck to you. You're a confident man. I'm sure you're going to do great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What does it feel like to recover a fumble, score a touchdown, and change the face of a game? Well, we'll talk to Jacob Bauer as he did just that. You're watching EFB Insider.
EFB Insider with Paul J. Higgins is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Reach your peak at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Rancho Santa Margarita. Eagles, listen up. Flock to Mountain Mike's Pizza every Wednesday, as 20% of the sales are donated to Santa Margarita High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud supporter of Eagles football and EFB Insider.
So if there's a guy that had a great game, that was you a couple weeks ago with Los Alamitos. I'm asking Coach, and I asked Jackson, what was you're flipping the switch, how'd that happen? With you, what was going on? Because you came out, you played a great second half.
Yeah, well, for me, I was right from the beginning of the week. It was like a tone setter for the season. I knew that from the start. I remember earlier in the week we had been talking about Los Al as like a big competition. They're a public school. They're the best public school. We knew that they had their good players. We knew that we wanted to compete with them and wanted to have a good game.
Right.
And so I think like my motivation, my switch came at halftime when Coach Ruse basically, like he said, like get everything out of your mind and just focus on what you have at hand, what's going on, where you're at. We have them where we wanted them. Our defense was strong throughout the first half. We were good. It was just some hiccups that we had, and we were waiting for that offense to turn on, and it did, and the defense was right there with it. So yeah.
Jackson said that he told Killian, hey, we're going to score. We're going to come out and score the first drive of the third quarter. That was related to the defense. After, of course, you guys score on offense, you come out and make that great play and run into the end zone. When that ball popped up, what was that feeling like? And I'm getting chills right now thinking about it.
It's the best feeling in the world. It's something that you pray for, that you have dreams about. You go to bed and you go to sleep thinking about, give me that chance. I want that ball. First thing I thought in my mind was I'm going to score with this. I knew I wasn't going to fall on it. Everybody asked me like afterwards, did you think about falling on it? I was like, no, I was going to take that in and go in. But another thing was just like I was like blessed. Afterwards after it happened, I thought like how blessed of an opportunity it was, because it could have been anybody out there, but I knew like I was ready and I was prepared and I took it in and I scored. Yeah.
You and I were just talking about that you play rugby. Picking up that ball probably was a natural instinct for you, because you wouldn't fall on it really in rugby. You'd pick it up and go.
No. Yeah.
You think that played a part in just your mindset?
Yeah, so in rugby you can't knock the ball forward, and it's called a knock-on. So it's something that we train for at practices. We practice picking up and scooping for those situations where like the offense makes an error and we pick it up and we run the other way. And so I like to scoop that. I scooped it up and then I dotted it down in the middle, so I scored that try.
Do you think that you would ever play at fullback or running back?
Yes, I would love to play offense. Yeah, I always grew up. I never played too much contact when I was a kid.
Right.
My mom wasn't too fond of that idea, so she always put me at. She would always play me with flag football.
Yeah.
And I would always play receiver. I'd always play quarterback. I would always play running back. And I remember like some of my best moments were catching the ball, running, and scoring, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What's it about this team now that is starting to come together? You're getting ready for just a crazy stretch of games. 5 of the toughest games, of course, Trinity League. So how is this team coming together? I heard the word family, brothers. You mentioned brothers. Can you tell me that aspect of Eagle football right now?
Yeah, well, one of our biggest things right now is character over talent, and so we like to think of each other as brothers in that sense. We do things that other teams like at Modern Day and Servite, they're not doing it, and so I think like something that we have here is just the culture, and it's just like the family that we build each other up, and when things go hard and when it's halftime, low sal, we don't beat each other down, but instead we pick each other up and we find like what is our inner purpose, why are we here, and how can we make the guy next to me, how can I make his purpose come true, how can I make that why he's out here, why he's putting all this effort in, how can I do that to make him better, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
You also came up with 2 interceptions.
Oh yeah. Well those were kind of those were just little gifts.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could have dropped it.
I could. No, I wouldn't have dropped it. Yeah.
After the game, what was the feeling like being with your family and celebrating the fact that you had such a great game?
No, I don't know, man. It was shoot. I had a family up in the stands. I had family up in Washington. My older brothers, they played rugby. They always supported me through football. My older brothers watched the game on the couch with my auntie and my niece and nephew. And then I had family friends from our cul-de-sac when I was in like 5th grade. They came to watch the game. So I had almost everybody watching that game, and I didn't even know about it until the very end. But I remember going up to see my parents in the stands, and I saw my neighbors and all that kind of stuff, and that was a good feeling, because I told them if I made it into the NFL, the first thing I would say is his name. Yeah. I'd be like Aaron Deming. He was the guy who got me here. He was the one if I am who I am today, it was because of him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was just a good feeling to have that support around me.
That was a great game. Couple seconds left. Jay, Sarah, what are you looking forward to in this game?
I'm looking to build off of a good game. I'd like to secure as much as I can after, like, the big win was good and all, but I want to get that momentum and keep going forward. As a team, it's rivalry week. I mean, everybody knows it's J. Sarah week. We got Potts, we got Zolnik, we got Christian. They're all fired up. They're going to be going to the coin toss. It's going to be bad blood, and we're excited for that because we're going to smash them. And there's no question they've already lost. After these last 2 practices, we're not going to stop. So I'm very confident in this week. It's a rival week, and I'm feeling really good about it.
Well, once again, congratulations on the La Salle game. Good luck this Friday night. You're a fine young man with a great future, so go get him.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Awesome.
That was great.